When it comes to coin collecting, there are few topics as exciting as discovering the true value of a seemingly ordinary coin. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the top 3 most fascinating pieces of American numismatic history. The first up, the most expensive $1 coin from the year 2000. At first glance, the 2000 United States $1 coin, commonly known as the Sacagawea dollar, may look like just another modern piece of currency. Many people still remember seeing these coins in circulation when they were first introduced. They have that beautiful golden color, a unique smooth edge, and the dignified image of Sacagawea carrying her infant son, Jean-Baptiste, on her back. But hidden among the millions of coins struck that year are some rarities that have stunned collectors and broken records at auction. These are the coins we're talking about today, and we're going to explore why they are so valuable, how they were created, and what makes them special enough to be worth thousands, even tens of thousands of dollars. The story begins in 2000 when the United States Mint released the Sacagawea dollar as a replacement for the Susan B. Anthony dollar. The goal was to create a coin that was easily distinguishable from the quarter and would be more widely used in commerce. The design was groundbreaking. A Native American woman was featured on United States currency for the very first time. Sculptor Glenna Goodacre's design was chosen after an extensive search for the right image to represent Sacagawea, and it quickly became one of the most beautiful modern coin designs. But what makes some $2001 coins so rare isn't just the design, it's how and where they were minted, as well as a few very unique errors and varieties that slipped into circulation. One of the most famous and valuable of all 2000 Sacagawea dollars is the so-called Cheerios dollar. Back in 2000, as part of a special promotion, the U.S. Mint partnered with General Mills to include one 2000-dated Sacagawea dollar in every 2000th box of Cheerios cereal. These coins, now known as Cheerios dollars, were distributed before the official release of the coin, making them a type of preview issue. What makes them truly special, however, is that they were struck with a prototype reverse design that was slightly different from the regular coins released to the public. If you look closely at a Cheerios dollar, the tail feathers of the eagle on the reverse are more detailed and show an extra level of feathering that was later removed from the final production coins. Because only around 5,500 of these prototype coins were ever distributed, they are extremely scarce and highly sought after by collectors. Over the years, these Cheerios dollars have sold for incredible amounts at auction. In top grades, certified as perfect mint state 68 or 69, some examples have fetched over $10,000. That is a staggering amount for a modern dollar coin that most people could easily mistake for pocket change. What makes them even more fascinating is that many people have no idea they might own one. There are still Cheerios dollars sitting in old collections or even in drawers across America, because their owners never noticed the unique tail feather detail that sets them apart. This means there is still a chance for an everyday person to find one of these rare treasures and turn an ordinary coin into a life-changing discovery. But the Cheerios dollar is not the only rare $2001 coin out there. Another highly valuable variety is the 2000 P Sacagawea $/Washington quarter mule. This incredible mint error is the result of a mix-up at the Philadelphia Mint, where the obverse of a Washington quarter was accidentally paired with the reverse of a Sacagawea dollar. The result is a coin that has George Washington's portrait on the front and the soaring eagle reverse of the Sacagawea dollar on the back, all struck on the golden-colored dollar planchet. Only about 24 of these mule errors have been confirmed, making them some of the rarest and most valuable modern U.S. coins in existence. These coins have sold for as much as $200,000 at major auctions, placing them among the most expensive $1 coins ever made in the United States. Imagine finding a coin like that in your pocket change. Stories have surfaced of collectors and even casual coin hunters discovering these rare mules in rolls of dollar coins from the bank. The thrill of discovering such a coin, knowing it could be worth more than a luxury car, is part of what keeps so many people engaged in the hobby of coin collecting. It is also a reminder of how human error, even at a high-tech facility like the U.S. Mint, can result in something extraordinary. Another factor that can make a 2000 Sacagawea dollar valuable is its condition. Like with most collectible coins, the highest premiums are paid for coins in the best possible condition. Coins graded mint state 67, 68, or higher by professional grading services like PCGS or NGC can sell for hundreds of dollars, even if they are not rare varieties. Proof coins, especially those struck at the San Francisco Mint, can also command high prices if they are perfect deep cameo examples. Collectors are willing to pay extra for coins with no scratches, no wear, and strong luster, which is why handling these coins carefully and storing them properly is crucial if you want to preserve their value. The most expensive $2001 coins combine rarity, condition, and historical importance into one amazing package. They are more than just currency, they are pieces of art, pieces of history, and symbols of American culture at the turn of the millennium. Every coin tells a story, from the careful design process that led to Sacagawea being honored, to the unexpected mint errors that created the mule coins, to the marketing campaign that put Cheerios dollars into cereal boxes and into the hands of lucky families for collectors. Owning one of these coins is like owning a small piece of a national treasure. It is a connection to a fascinating moment in U.S. mint history and a reminder that even in the modern era, when coins are mass-produced by machines, there are still opportunities for rarity and value to emerge. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting, the possibility that the next rare and valuable discovery could be sitting in a roll of coins at your local bank or hiding in plain sight in your own home. So, whether you're a seasoned numismatist or just someone who enjoys the thrill of the hunt, keep an eye out for those special $2001 coins. Check the tail feathers of your Sacagawea dollars to see if you might have a Cheerios dollar. Look carefully at any coin that seems unusual. You might have one of the famous mule errors. And if you find a pristine example with beautiful luster, consider having it graded because condition can make a world of difference. The most expensive $2001 coins have proven time and time again that modern coins can be just as valuable and just as exciting as their older counterparts. The next record-breaking coin might be discovered by someone just like you. The next up, the most expensive $1 coin from 2009. When most people think about valuable coins, they usually imagine coins from the 1800s or early 1900s, ancient, heavily worn, and extremely hard to find. But what many collectors overlook is that some of the most valuable coins can actually come from our own time, even from as recently as 2009. And today, we are diving deep into the story of a single coin that has stunned collectors with its rarity, its beauty, and its incredible market value. So sit back, relax, and get ready, because this is not your ordinary dollar coin story. The coin we're talking about comes from the presidential $1 coin program, which began in 2007 and ran until 2016. This program was created to honor the former presidents of the United States by featuring their portraits on golden-colored $1 coins. The coins were made from a mix of manganese brass, giving them the distinct golden shine that collectors love. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released 4 different presidential dollars, featuring William Henry Harrison, John Tyler, James K. Polk, and Zachary Taylor. Each of these coins was struck at either the Philadelphia or Denver Mint, and millions were produced. So how does one of these coins become so incredibly valuable? Well, that's where the story gets interesting, because rarity doesn't always come from age. It can come from mistakes, special varieties, and unique conditions. The most expensive $1 coin from 2009 isn't just any ordinary circulation coin. It is one of the extremely rare error coins known as a missing edge lettering or double edge lettering variety. Normally, the presidential dollars had special lettering placed on the edge of the coin that showed the year of minting, the mint mark, and the famous motto, "In God We Trust." But during the production process, some coins accidentally skipped this step. A small number of coins made it out into circulation without any edge lettering at all, leaving collectors scrambling to find them. Others were struck with the lettering applied twice, creating a doubled edge error that is even rarer. Because these errors are so uncommon, collectors are willing to pay thousands of dollars to own one. Imagine finding one of these coins in your pocket change, not even realizing that you might be holding a treasure worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. Many people did just that in 2009 and 2010 when these coins first appeared. Word spread quickly in the numismatic community, and soon collectors were checking every single dollar coin they could get their hands on. Over time, some of these coins have been graded by professional coin grading companies like PCGS and NGC, receiving top grades such as MS 67 or MS 68, which means they are in nearly perfect mint state condition. The higher the grade, the more expensive the coin becomes, and the record prices for these rare 2009 errors are truly stunning. One example of the 2009 John Tyler presidential dollar with missing edge lettering sold for several $1,000s at a major coin auction. Prices like that don't just happen by chance. They're driven by serious collector demand and the rarity of the error itself. What makes these coins so desirable is that they represent a mistake in a modern minting process that is usually extremely precise. In an era where machines are computer-controlled and quality checks are rigorous, finding a mistake is like uncovering a hidden secret from a mint. That sense of discovery is what excites collectors and drives them to pay top dollar. The value of these coins also depends on which president's portrait is on the coin. Some issues are scarcer than others. For example, certain varieties of the 2009 Zachary Taylor dollar with missing edge lettering are much harder to find than the same error on the William Henry Harrison or James Polk dollar. This means that if you have a Zachary Taylor missing edge lettered coin in top condition, you might be sitting on one of the most expensive modern dollar coins in existence. Now, let's talk about the grading and why it matters so much for the price. Coin grading is a system used to measure the condition of a coin, ranging from poor 1 all the way up to mint state 70, which is a perfect coin with no visible flaws under magnification. A missing edge lettering coin graded MS 60 might be worth a few $100s, but one graded MS 67 could easily sell for thousands. The difference between these grades might just be a tiny scratch or a small mark on the surface, but in the world of coin collecting, condition is everything. Collectors also look for coins that are certified by reputable grading companies. Having that certification gives buyers confidence that the coin is genuine and the error is authentic. Counterfeits do exist, so having a slabbed and graded coin makes a huge difference. In fact, some of the highest prices ever paid for these coins have been for coins that are not only graded, but also have a special designation on the holder that says missing edge lettering or double edge lettering. What's fascinating is that the market for these coins has remained strong over the years. While some modern coin errors lose popularity over time, the 2009 dollar coin errors have continued to attract collectors and maintain high values. That's because they're not gimmick errors. They're legitimate mistakes that slipped through the minting process and made their way into the hands of the public. This gives them a sense of authenticity and historical significance that makes them even more appealing for collectors. Owning one of these coins is not just about the monetary value. It's about holding a piece of minting history. It's about knowing that you have something very few others have, something that might even become more valuable in the future as more collectors enter the hobby and compete for a limited number of coins. So if you're looking through your coin jar or you receive a golden dollar and change, make sure to check the edge carefully. Look for the lettering. If it's missing completely or if it appears twice, you might just have found a treasure. And if you find one, consider getting it graded and certified, because that is the best way to ensure you get the maximum value if you decide to sell it. The story of the most expensive $1 coin from 2009 is a reminder that treasures are still out there, waiting to be discovered. You don't have to be a millionaire to become a coin collector. You just have to keep your eyes open and be willing to learn. Modern coin collecting is exciting because you never know what you might find in your own pocket change. So there you have it, the tale of a modern rarity, a coin that proves that even in the 21st century, valuable coins can still slip into circulation. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just someone who loves a good treasure hunt, the 2009 presidential dollar era coins are a great example of how history, rarity, and collector passion can come together to create something truly special. The next up, the story of the most expensive 1979 $1 coin in dirty, circulated condition. At first glance, a dirty coin might seem worthless, something you'd overlook in your pocket change or toss in a drawer without thinking. But the truth is, Even a coin that's seen decades of circulation, a coin that looks worn and grimy, can hold extraordinary value if it has the right combination of rarity, demand, and unique characteristics. So, sit back and join me as we dive deep into the world of 1979 $1 coins and find out why collectors are willing to pay huge amounts for a coin that might look, to the untrained eye, like just another old piece of change. The 1979 $1 coin, officially known as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, was first introduced to replace the larger Eisenhower dollar that was minted from 1971 to 1978. The U.S. Mint wanted a smaller, more convenient dollar coin that people could actually use in everyday transactions. The result was the Susan B. Anthony dollar, named after the famous women's rights activist. This coin was revolutionary for its time because it was the first U.S. coin to feature a real woman, not a symbolic figure like Lady Liberty. The coin is made of a copper-nickel-clad composition and has an 11-sided inner border, giving it a unique shape that's often mistaken for a quarter. This confusion was one of the reasons the coin failed in circulation, but that failure actually makes certain versions of it highly collectible today. Now, when we talk about dirty condition coins, we're referring to pieces that have clearly been used in circulation, that show grime, discoloration, and even scratches. You might think collectors only want shiny, mint-state coins, but here's the catch. Rarity and demand often outweigh appearance. If a coin is rare enough, even a coin in poor or dirty condition can sell for hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The $1,979 coin is a perfect example of this. While millions of these coins were minted, not all of them are created equal. Some have unique varieties, minting errors, or other distinguishing features that make them stand out from the rest. One of the most famous and sought-after varieties of the $1,979 coin is the wide rim, or near-date variety. This variety was struck early in the production run of the Philadelphia Mint coins and is characterized by the date being closer to the edge of the coin compared to the more common narrow rim variety. Collectors prize this coin, and even in a dirty circulated state, a 1979 wide rim Susan B. Anthony dollar can sell for a premium. Prices can range from $50 to several $100s, depending on just how rare and in demand it is at the time. But that's not even the most expensive example we're talking about today. The real excitement comes when we start looking at mint errors. Error coins are some of the most valuable collectibles on the market because they represent mistakes that slipped through the mint's strict quality control process. For example, some 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollars were struck off-center, meaning the design is misaligned with the coin's edges. Others may have been struck on the wrong planchet, like a planchet intended for a quarter or a foreign coin. These types of errors are incredibly rare, and collectors go wild for them. Even in dirty condition, a dramatic mint error can turn a $1 coin into a four-figure treasure. One particularly famous example is a 1979 S-proof coin that was mistakenly struck with what's known as a Type 2 mint mark. This happened during the transition from one mint mark style to another, resulting in a very small number of coins having the new, clearer mint mark design. These coins are so sought after that they have sold for thousands of dollars at auction. Even if one of these Type 2 coins has been mishandled or looks dull and dirty, it still commands a huge price because of its scarcity. The combination of low survival numbers and high collector demand creates a perfect storm for value. When collectors evaluate a dirty coin like this, they don't just look at its appearance. They look for key details. Is it a wide rim variety? Is it a rare mint mark? Is there an error present? Even small errors like die cracks, doubling on the date or lettering, or weak strikes can be valuable. Some collectors specialize in circulated coins and actually prefer them with a bit of history and wear because it shows they were used by ordinary people, adding character and a story to the piece. In this way, a dirty $1,979 coin isn't just a piece of metal. It's a little time capsule from the late 1970s and early 1980s, a relic of the Carter administration and the era of the space shuttle program, disco, and big changes in American culture. What makes this topic so exciting is the possibility that anyone watching this video could have one of these treasures sitting in a jar of change, or tucked away in a drawer. Imagine finding a dirty old dollar coin, taking a closer look, and realizing that it has a rare mint mark or a dramatic error. Suddenly, you could be holding something worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. This is why knowledge is so powerful in the world of coin collecting. The average person might spend a rare coin without thinking twice, but a collector knows to check the date, the mint mark, and the details before letting it go to help you identify a potentially valuable $1,979 coin. You want to pay attention to three things. First, check if the date looks close to the rim. If it does, you might have a wide rim variety. Second, look for the mint mark just near Susan B. Anthony's shoulder. If it's an S, you may want to look even closer to determine whether it's a Type 1 or Type 2 mint mark. Finally, inspect the coin for any unusual features like doubling, off-center strikes, or strange shapes. Even if the coin is dirty, you can often still make out these important details with a magnifying glass. Collectors often say that condition is king, but in the case of certain rare varieties and errors, rarity rules over condition. This is why dirty condition $1,979 can still bring high prices. They might not win a beauty contest, but they win in terms of history, story, and scarcity. Auction houses have sold, circulated, and even discolored examples of these rare varieties for significant sums, proving that you should never overlook a coin just because it's not shiny. So next time you come across a grimy old Susan B. Anthony dollar, don't dismiss it. Take the time to look closely. That little piece of history might just surprise you with its value. And that's what makes coin collecting so exciting, the thrill of the hunt. The chance that the next coin you find could be a hidden treasure worth far more than its face value.